5Options show, where every week Marta and Anna abandon their 5 children, 2 partners and 1 cat to make a show especially for you. An artist, a challenge, a bullshit, a wisdom and a surprise. Tune in and feel the magic of 5.
Hello everyone, this is Marta
And this is Anna.
and this is You've Got 5 Options show.
And welcome to yet another episode of season 5, when we are doing the variety show. I think you know what variety show is by now. It's where we have the bullshit, the wisdom, the challenge, the left field, and the artist of the week. So 5 segments are back. I know that the last 2 episodes were focused on challenges. That's because we also do that this season, that we are dedicating some of the episodes solely to solving challenges of our listeners. And I think for the time being, we solved all the challenges that we got, right, Marta?
At least the ones that we got in January.
Yes.
And a variety show.
Yes.
I was not aware that we call it variety show.
I just called it a variety show because I was like, you've got 5 options show, a variety, I guess, because it's a variety of different things. Okay. Is it okay? Is it cool with you?
It's totally okay, but you were like talking to the listeners like, by now you already know what is variety. I was like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised if our listeners do.
So now, listeners, you know that this is a variety show, which means we have 5 segments as always. So we are coming back to something that you should be very much used to after season 4. And as you know, this season is a little bit different. We are trying to get closer to you, not in a creepy, stockish way, but we are very much welcoming you to send us your life challenges. We also want to feature more and more music, independent music from Aarhus area, but also from everywhere, right, Marta? We are open to...
Yeah, we've had guys from London, we've had guys from Copenhagen, so
Exactly.
not only Aarhus area,
It's not
definitely.
only Aarhus. If you want to send us a song, so we will play it on the radio, you have to actually go through a little bit of a process, which is explained in the show notes of this episode. So yeah, that would be great if we will get even more music. So far we have now 10 songs in a queue. We had 12 before, but you know, we are actually playing those songs. So yeah, that is a short introduction. And another thing is that we have created a group on Facebook. Marta, it took us 2.5 years. 2.5 years to have our own group.
Well, we did have groups before.
But not for You've Got 5 Options.
No, show some freaking kindness.
That was a group under You've Got 5 Options. You are right. But this group is for our listeners, dedicated especially to you guys. The group is called You've Got 5 Options After Hours. You can find it on Facebook because it's a public group, but of course you have to join in order to be able to post. And on this group we are sharing some details, and we are encouraging you to give us feedback about our previous shows. And we also have a little survey where you can vote on the topic that you would like to hear on the radio. We are coming back to some of the topics that we have done 2 years ago, let's say, and now we have a couple of people who have already voted. Now the group is actually 45 people. I'm very happy with our stalking rate. And so any one of our listeners, wherever you are, be it US or Nigeria, because this is where we also have some. Although, do you know that in January, the country that listened to us the most was China?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
Interesting.
And it wasn't such a huge not searches when it goes down. It wasn't such a huge increase because sometimes, as I learned, some of the statistics can be artificially pumped up by bots. But this was actually a very moderate increase. So it looks like some people in China have discovered our podcast because in January, China was our #1 country in regards to listeners. So if we have any Chinese people who actually can use internet freely in Europe, because I know there are some restrictions there, and you want to join our group, You've Got 5 Options After Hours, please do so. And then we will actually give you there more information, maybe some backstage photos, or I don't know, Marta.
Well, I still think that in China you can't use Facebook.
You can't?
No. At least that's what happened to my friend that recently went to China. She was not able to use her Facebook. That was the same thing for me when I went to China. But I was there a while ago. But she was there recently. So I don't think they will be able to join our Facebook group unless they know some tricks.
Yeah, like VPN services. I'm not sure how. I think there is some number of people who can mask their identity on the net and actually use the European side of internet. So if you are one of those Chinese people who have VPN and can use it, please join our group.
And I think after this episode listened to by Chinese government, I think we will be banned.
I think we don't have that many listeners yet to be banned. I think we have, but who knows? Who knows?
You were just giving illegal advice to Chinese people on how to listen to us. So I think no matter how many listeners we have, I think you just,
Technically speaking, VPN services are not illegal. They are protecting your identity. You can do illegal things using VPN. That is correct. But technically speaking, VPN in itself is basically granting you a right of anonymity. That's a recurring problem I have with that word. You can stay anonymous. So, for instance, if you are making some purchases online and you don't want to show your IP address, and okay, I am not sponsored by any VPN service. And I will not say anything more. But guys, just
Would you like to be sponsored?
I would like to be sponsored. We actually are looking for some sponsors, guys. If you want to have such a great commercial. Really, I know I did my best. So just give us a shout out and we will talk about you on our show. Yeah, then we can have a sponsor. But now we don't have sponsors and this is not a sponsored thing. I just use sometimes VPN for some legal things. Yes. But there is definitely a survey on our Facebook group, and the same survey you can find on our website, the5options.com, where you can vote for the topics that you would like to listen about on our show. And currently the topic that is winning is New Perspective, 5 insights that will completely change you and lead you to a fulfilled life, and also physical, mental and spiritual dimensions of maintaining balance and health in life. So this is what our listeners would like to hear on our show the most.
Well, it's not like I have any interest in those topics myself.
No, not at
Just
all.
writing a book about it and
Yeah.
working with it
Yeah.
day and night, but not that I have much to say about it.
About that balance, day and night, Marta. Interesting. We need to do that show. But the new perspective means that we actually have talked about the 5 insights that will completely change you and lead you to a fulfilled life. That was our episode number 3, so almost 2.5 years old, recorded from a bedroom with a very crappy audio quality comparing to what we have right now, of course, because it wasn't that bad. For some reason, this episode has a constant number of downloads, and it's our most listened and downloaded episode ever, and it's growing exponentially, just like population of planet Earth, which is a small red thread to the topics we will be covering today, but about that later. So yes, apparently all of you want to know those 5 insights that will completely change you and lead you to a fulfilled life, and I think we will cover that soon, Marta.
Who wouldn't like to know them, huh?
Exactly. Exactly. I actually want to know who doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
If you don't want to know, please contact us via the5options.com. We also have a contact form, and there is a possibility to record a little voice message. If you will, of course, click on drop us a message, then you have a choice. It's either a form or a little button when you just click and record, but you can record maximum, I think it's 2 or 3 minutes. So if you want to send us a monologue, like of a kind that I'm doing now, then you have to click a couple of times and record a couple of times. But if you will decide to do that, then we will play your recording here live on air or in pre-recorded show.
Also live on Earth. And
Yes, live on Earth as well.
And also, if you have a challenge, you can send it to us via that website, the5options.com too, because we are open to receiving challenges as well.
Yes, we are open like a liquor store 24/7. I mean the website. Denise, your facial expressions are priceless. I wish we could see it more often.
I think instead of recording us, they should record Dennis, don't you think so?
Yes, I think it would be more exciting, and I think he actually has one good profile, not
I
like
think,
us.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
good to go. He's
Yeah.
good to become a...
Very expressive face and persona.
Yes, exactly. So it's a pity that you don't have your own camera, but maybe this one, I don't know. Here it's only Marta. I was cut out from the camera. If I try hard, my elbow is here. Yeah, I can wave to you with my elbow. That looks really bad. Okay, for you radio and podcast listeners, that's nothing interesting. But imagine Marta and my elbow, and then you know what happened. Okay, I guess we can start a little bit untraditionally by From the Left Field.
G.
From the Left Field.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yes, we are a bit silly today, and the entire episode will actually come out from the left field because, guys, I will be honest with you, I had a very few time to prepare today, and it's not because I don't treat this expensive hobby that You've Got 5 Options is not seriously. It's because I am a mom of a little baby, and we are here a little bit earlier than we were planning. In a studio, so we had to prepare 4 programs within a week, pretty much. And I had quite a nice plan in my head, but as you know already, planning is one thing and execution is another. So my daughter this week decided not to really sleep and be very playful and joyful and all this shebang. So because of that, I had to prepare something on a whim, but I also got a green light from Marta and Denise, and they said they will help. So this is, yes, you will help by being here and participating. Marta, don't make a face like this. It's on TV now. Yes.
Yes.
So
That's
you will
basically what I'm paid for.
yes,
Isn't it?
yes, you are paid for, paid for.
With kindness.
With kindness, yes, exactly. So, but guys, from the left field, it's something that truly is from the left field, and I will tell you how I came to this topic. So, I was browsing LinkedIn yesterday in hopes of sudden inspiration on what to talk about in From the Left Field, which you know is a surprise or thing that doesn't really fit to the entire show. And I have found a motivational quote, and I will just quote it for you now. And please tell me, what do you think, how motivational it is for you? Start off knowing that nothing can stop you. Start off knowing that nothing can stop you.
Weird sentence.
It's start off knowing that nothing can stop you. So just start by knowing that nothing can stop you. It's a very deep, inspirational motivation quote, Dennis, right?
It's very fluffy.
It's very fluffy. I actually have to say that when I read it, I was like, well, at least I can point out 10 things that could potentially stop me when I start doing things like weather, zombie apocalypse, baby waking up, me not being actually qualified enough to start that thing and maybe trying to relearn some things, bus accident, I don't know, evil mother-in-law, which I don't possess. Many things came to my head. And then I looked at the reaction, and this post was liked, uploaded, or loved by 7,500 people. And I started to think, what has happened with inspirational and motivational quotes lately? I looked into the comments and everyone, yeah, such a great tip. Thank you for being a never-ending inspiration lady, which I will not say the name because maybe that's not really cool. And I was wondering, are we getting more stupid, or are people not really, or what is happening? This is not really motivational nor inspirational. And there is so many crap posing as inspirational deep thoughts now on Facebook and LinkedIn who are getting thousands of likes. And I'm wondering, what is that? So do you have any opinion before I will go to the explanation?
I do.
Give it to me.
My opinion is that truth is relevant. Sorry. That was another
This is
inspirational.
going deep.
I think, Marta, you should post it on LinkedIn and you will get
Truth is
10
relevant. Yes.
No.
Okay.
10,000 likes. I can see it.
I came up with it so deeply and then it went so wrong. But anyway, what I wanted to say, that truth is relative. And I believe that what is happening here is that looking at this kind of post, there can be 7,000 people who really are in this mode of like, yes, I'm a go-getter. I'm gonna make it no matter what, no matter the circumstances I'm gonna meet. I will not be stopped. And at the same time, there can be 7,500 people who are living in a different reality where the truth looks different for them. And they will be like, oh my God, you obviously don't have 5 kids, 7 evil mothers-in-law or whatever, and at the same time, there can be some people, maybe it would be nice to get more of this, unstoppable. And that's what I think is happening. That depending in which point in life you are, depending what motivates you, depending what you need to hear right now, I do really believe that it must be motivational and inspirational for 7,500 people.
Dennis, how about you? What do you think about this mystery?
I feel basically the same about all motivational quotes, that you have to switch off your logical brain. Because, and I don't mean that as a bad thing, but motivational quotes are not meant to stimulate your logical brain. Because, of course, there's a million things that can stop you. But if you start with the mindset that, oh, there are 1,000 things that can stop me. I can get hit by a bus, there could be lightning striking me, blah, 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 blah. Then you won't ever get anything done. So switch off the logical thing, and I'm the king of the world. And of course, my logical brain doesn't know I'm not, but start out with that.
Okay, that's an interesting approach. And I have to say that this quote is not the worst I have seen. However, it's not very profound. Start off knowing that nothing can stop you is really very plain sentence that you can see online for at least 5 years in different configurations. Your mindset is everything. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And it became already like that kind of worn off vinyl that you play and play. So maybe that's why I was so much taken aback by 7,500. I was like, guys, haven't you seen that already 5 years ago? So I might be a bit skeptical, right? But I actually wanted to see what is this phenomena with this motivational and inspirational quotes, and I was not the only one wondering, because believe it or not, there was a guy called Gordon Pennycock. What a nice surname. A PhD candidate who was wondering the same. Why all those inspirational, and I'm saying this one is not the worst, it's actually motivational and it's okay. Why there is so many inspirational kind of bridging on bullshit quotes that are so popular on social media. And he has made a study. So in his study on the reception and detection of pseudo-profound bullshit, which was published in the Journal of Judgment and Decision Making in November, he, along with a team of researchers from University of Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, tested close to 800 participants on whether they could determine if a statement was a bullshit. The researchers used randomly generated sayings from New Age Bullshit Generator and another site called Wisdom of Chopra. The last is the sarcastic nod to the New Age teachings of best-selling alternative medicine author Deepak Chopra for the study. And they found that people who are receptive to this kind of pseudo-intellectual bullshit are less intelligent than those who aren't. The study also found that they tend to have strong religious beliefs, are not reflective, and are more likely to believe in conspiracy theories, alternative medicine, and the paranormal. Okay, so I would like to say that first of all, I don't really think that putting everyone in one basket saying they are less intelligent because they believe in those quotes or find them amusing is exactly that. It was 800 people that were tested, and I don't know how they tested their IQ, what kind of research that was. I don't have exact data on this research. This is from an article, I think, in another paper. But the interesting thing is that they used New Age Bullshit Generator and the enigmatic wisdom of Deepak Chopra, which are both sites that are programmed to generate random words and glue them together so they pretend to be inspirational quotes. So basically those people were given that, and apparently, according to the article, some of them found them as profound and life-changing. And I have actually visited those websites, and I would like to just encourage all of you, if you would like to visit those websites, there will be links in the show notes to see how does it look like, right? So I have went on New Age Bullshit Generator, and I'm being welcomed by Namaste. Do you want to sell a New Age product and or service? Tired of coming up with meaningless copy for your starry-eyed customers? Want to join the ranks of best-selling self-help authors? We can help. Just click and the truth will manifest. So you have to click the button and then the program will automatically generate for you inspirational quote that you can use for anything. So I'm clicking the button now, guys, and let's see what I will get. Inseparability is a constant. How do you like this quote? I think it sounds very inspirational, no?
Inseparability is a constant?
Yes.
What does that mean?
There is an explanation.
I know what the words mean, but what does it mean?
Conscious living is the nature of Mama and of us. Consciousness consists of ultra-sentient particles of quantum energy. Quantum means an invocation of the divine. Another quote: today, science tells us that the essence of nature is well-being. This is computer-generated, guys. What do you think about that?
Well, I would say that anyway, like whatever kind of words we read.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same even with, like we were discussing, oracle cards.
Yeah.
You know, you get a sentence, a
Yeah.
statement or something, and it is the meaning is made by how you perceive it.
Mm-hmm.
And you perceive it with your own filters. You perceive it through experiences you have had, through the beliefs that you have, through your intellect, your mind, through your emotions, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is like really one statement
Mm-hmm.
to the same person one day can trigger a deeper realization,
Mm-hmm.
and on another day be like, meh. So even to the same person, I think this is so relative that this really depends on how you feel, what you think, and so on. I, of course, am not I wouldn't use a service of computer generated, quotes, but still I would recommend to everyone reading The Theory of Everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Theory of Everything by Ken Wilber, when he takes different types of theories and he looks for connections between them and creating an integrative approach. So instead of this approach is crappy, that approach is better, that approach is worse, and so on, he integrates it all.
Okay, but wouldn't you say that it is kind of weird that computer generates random words to create something that doesn't really look like has any meaning, and some people find a meaning in it? What does it tells us about thinkers and philosophers and people who actually have something to say? Like, can we be replaced by generating programs? Is now meaning malleable? Is it that everything has meaning, so actually nothing has meaning?
What I believe is probably it's a part of the truth anyway, because those big thinkers, you know, those people that you say they actually have something to say, where did they get that stuff that they have, you know, to say?
They could have gotten from that generator.
They got inspired somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't know if they were inspired by that kind of random sentence. You don't know if they were inspired by sitting on a bench or meditating or talking to someone or reading 1,000 books.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, I will give you 3 more generated quotes, and we know, Marta, your opinion. Dennis, tell me what you think. This life is nothing short of unveiling vision of non-local ecstasy.
Say that again.
This life is nothing short of an unveiling vision of non-local ecstasy. Next one. Wait. I will give you more. I will give you more material. This one comes from Enigmatic Wisdom of Deepak Chopra, and the quotes are being combined from the words that he used in his tweets. The mind constructs sub-empirical genes. The mind constructs sub-empirical genes.
Okay.
Let's go to Inspiration Bot, which is the 3rd page. That is bot is running that, and then you can generate your inspiration. It is written, I am an artificial intelligence dedicated to generating unlimited amounts of unique inspirational quotes for endless enrichment of pointless human existence. Pointless was there. And let's generate something. The answer to free energy is the world.
Okay.
And maybe the one more. Let's give Inspirational Bot a try. There are poor challenges and there are less poor challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's a fun exercise. I actually like to see what comes out. But Dennis, what do you think? Do you like the quotes?
I'll buy what Marta said, that it's very, very, very subjective. It to me, it sounds like it's you gather a group of 50 people and you have them judge some kind of abstract artwork, and they all see something different depending on their own state of mind and where they are in their life and so on and so on. So these quotes, they're not made to be logically dissected.
That is for sure. That I can fully
So
agree.
that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, okay, guys. If you want to have some fun
They
with...
can be profoundly life-changing for a person in some kind of place in their life when they hear the words and they all of a sudden they make perfect sense, and then they do something with their life, some changes. And to the person standing right next to them, it might just be red paint.
That is a very nice consensus that we have achieved here. I would recommend you guys, I will actually send you the links, and also for our listeners, I will include the links to the generators of inspirational quotes to play around and see how much meaning can you find in certain quotes. I was struggling with finding meaning in most of them. Maybe I am dry as old bread and I cannot really tune into this, or maybe I have seen it before, or maybe sometimes my English knowledge stops me from understanding. But I think it's a fun exercise, and I wish you all immerse yourself in fun of generating inspirational quotes.